are the top headlines. 91st Martyr Day of Haipau-Zadunang observed at various places. All Manipur Bar Association today staged a sit-in protest against the cutting down of an all-age tree unreasonably inside Serap Court complex. And India reports 7,591 new COVID cases, 30 deaths in last 24 hours. Active cases declined to 84,931. Hello, good evening and welcome to ELITETV. I am Pari Yendrembam, giving you 6 p.m. primetime English news. Now, before giving you the news, we request you to follow the SOP given by the government. Wear a face mask when out in public, wash hands regularly and maintain a minimum of 6 feet between one person and another. ELITETV requests you to get vaccinated in time to protect ourselves from this virus and play your part in the fight against COVID-19. Now, the news in detail. The 91st Martyr Day of freedom fighter Haipau-Zadunang was observed at various places in the state today. The Martyr Day of Haipau-Zadunang was observed at Haipau-Zadunang Park, Kaisampad, Imphal. During the program, floral tributes were paid to a portrait of Haipau-Zadunang and 2-minute silence was observed to pay homage to the freedom fighter. The program was attended by Thangmaibon AC MLA K.S. Joy Kishan Singh, President Ajang Rongmei, President Jeliyarong Union, Assam, Manipur, Nagaland, Sagolban AC MLA R.K. Imo, Wangkai AC MLA Thangzam Arun Kumar, Amuko President P.H. Nando Luwang, UCM President Joy Chandra Konthaujam, IPSA President Tawrangbam Birzit, UPF President N. Rupachandra, NIPCO President Prem Oinam, Village Elders, Women's Leaders, Leaders of Youth and Students, Intellectuals and Well-Wishers. Born in Kambiront at Manipur's Tamenglong district on 1905, Zadunang was a Messiah king who tried to unify the Nagas to attain freedom from the clutches of the British colonial rule. He was arrested on February 19, 1931 and was framed in a false case and was hanged on August 29, 1931 in Imphal.
History Kangana, Akoy Tunda Laboy, Foundation Yaudana, Building Gun Bayati Habsia, Masia, Panamanga Kamina Batakatai, and Akoy history, Mayam the Kangan Batakatai, Akoy Mapanchalatam Mughal Labisia, and Naran Panjagan, Mughal Matang the Kangi, Delhi Sultanate Matang the Kangi, Shahala Matang the Kangi, Jola Simatang the Kangi, Marathasi Matang the Kangi, Manipur the leader like Imamchati, I'm up on the country by Ikalapamachina, I don't know, Masia, Panamanga Kamina Batakatai.
Kabui Union, Manipur and Kaikhu Kabui Youth Club jointly observed 91st death anniversary of Haipau-Zadunang at Kaikhu Kabui Community Hall in Imphal East. Speaking in the function, Dr. K. Hira Kabui said that Haipau-Zadunang was one of the very important person who worked many works for the Jeliyarong community as well as for the people of Manipur.
Kau bangamuroi daba kabui ki warini, koi Manipur ki warini, jat amoi bina kabui Panjabani, mana tauramba mayam, kabui ki dharma mang biyade, British na magi mayokta, maning makha torakpa, Manipur da Pambay leteba koi, mukoi na kudum changki palagi, mana Tamil side tagi. Pilon kau bakun dagi pokcha bani, madu dagi ma chahi yam na tiel ba matamda kunda ma che ihauche, kara hauki laigi wari didi maga laiga, koi ki kabui ki drama ki culture ki custom ki angang widi ngai dagi chahi mari manga dagi haurakra bani. Man laiki da banda ngasi numit 29 August 1931 da pung taruk taba matamda uji magi statue koi impan da thamba koi jail ge maning sida pasi tawga hathi bani madu matam da di jirerong union haibse pokhi de ma asing badi akon thamjeli ba marang mai haibti magi yumnang ni sagai ni aduna kabui ni haibse ma akon takchabani la ne akon pusit lakpa historian mayam se machi chumthok piu haibgi wakhalo dai ko na function che sum tawja.
All Manipur Bar Association today stays a sit-in protest against the cutting down of an old age tree unreasonably inside Cherab Court complex. The association has also filed a complaint to Chief Justice High Court of Manipur. Speaking to media persons on the sideline of the sit-in stage in front of the court complex, President of the association, Buyam Tomsa, said that such heartless activities inside the temple complex of justice is very unfortunate. Such activities is condemned in the strongest term by all the lawyers of the bar practicing of Manipur, he said, and questions of the reason of cutting down of the fully grown tree while the state is campaigning to save tree to protect the environment.
Masida aikoina pienda dana aikoina ngasi se koi ukil mayam se koi Manipur de laiba court lona makte laiba koi ukil mayam se koi ngasi di court changna rugum si ana party to kaurago na case moina dum haila si adu koi di uski laiba uski matam sida environment kansi hariba matam sida mathong marong khangdaba na koi gi kanu su lana gi su nataba court ki complex amata matam koi na sangna haura ba laiyoi ro u mapu mapu marang thangdana hekte yanthat pase masih tasing na hektar kade koi de masih mi hat pane ane logje environment kansi hai bani aduna koi masih desda masih ki damakta ne khaina ngasi koi gi isa gi thabuk thadoga sida koi gi phammaga ngasa gi koi gi case to biriba case ta chenebiriba mi singsi gi awa ana se koi punna khamina si ngasi.
Meanwhile, Kisamthong Assembly Constituency MLA Nisikan Sapam today distributed cooking gas materials under Pradhan Mantri Ujwala scheme to 79 families of the constituency having cooking gas connection. MLA Nisikan Sapam handed cooking gas related documents, gas cylinders and frames to all the beneficiaries during a simple function held at the residence of the MLA at Segar Road, Thaudabavok Lekai, Imphal West. Speaking on the occasion, MLA Nisikan said that the benefits of the said Pradhan Mantri Ujwala scheme were made available to the people of the constituency right before the commencement of the recently held assembly election, and added that the achievement is a big credit for the team Nisikant. One of the beneficiaries who has benefited with the scheme, Kaisam Bharati from Kaisampad, Kaisam Laikai, said that since he got married, he had been using cooking gas by buying from the black market till date. She expressed his happiness for distributing the cooking gas cylinder and its related documents and the materials under the Pradhan Mantri Ujwala scheme today. It may be mentioned here that MLA Nisikan made the distributed cooking gas available under Fawaksau Indian Gramin Bitrak. Kairao Assembly Block Congress Committee condoles the sudden and of the untimely demise of the Vice Chairman of Kairao Assembly Block Congress Minority and former Manipur Pradesh Congress Committee President Muhammad Sirajuddin of Kiamgai High Madrasa, who passed away on 19 August 2022. The members of the Kairao Block Congress Committee, chaired by Imphal East District Congress President Alhaj Haji Alauddin, in a condolence meeting, observed 1 minute silence for the departed soul to rest in peace in heavenly abode, and also shared the grief with the bereaved family members, said Yumnam Tomba Singh, President Kairao Block Congress Committee, in a press release. Federal Student Organization Kanglipak has urged the state government to change the exam centers for Manipur students who are appearing common university entrance test exam conducted by National Testing Agency at the neighboring states to Manipur for undergraduate and postgraduate admission. Speaking to media persons at the press meet held at the office of the Federal Student Organization Kanglipak today, Education and Library Secretary of the organization Enriquez Mangang said that majority of the people in the Manipur state are under below poverty line. Therefore, students from such family who aim aim to enroll in Manipur University, such students faces financial problems while appearing the common university entrance stage, as their examination centers are arranged at the neighboring states like Guwahati, Dispur, Dimapur, Itanagar, Aizawl, etc. And due to the financial problems, the organization has come across many of the students who gave up to give the examination, he said. Rukesh Mangang further said that due to such lack of facilities, many of the students of Manipur will be able to enroll in Manipur University to pursue their higher studies. Therefore, the concerned department must act at the earliest to avoid such inconveniences, he appealed. Now let's have a short commercial break before giving you further news.
ये कनेक्शन है दिलों का, ये कनेक्शन है सीधा दिल से।
GTPL हैथवे को
बहुत बहुत बधाइयाँ।
GTPL हैथवे की
16वीं वर्षगांठ पर
बहुत शुभकामनाएं।
We'd like to take this opportunity
to wish
GTPL Hathway
16th anniversary from the entire team
of Republic Media Network.
Warmest congratulations to GTPL Hathway on their 16th anniversary from me, Arnab, the entire team at the Republic Media Network. We all wish you even more success in the future and look forward to partnering with you.
GTPL को ABP न्यूज की ओर से 16वीं सालगिरह की ढेरों शुभकामनाएं।
ये कनेक्शन है सीधा दिल से।
The pinnacles of success. Get enrolled to one of the finest schools in Northeast India, UNACO School, Excellence in Education.
Welcome back after a short commercial break. Now giving you further news. The Manipur Government Higher Secondary Lecturer Welfare Association deeply condoles the untimely demise of former Education Director T.S. Bira Singh, said in a press release. President of the association L. Iswarajit Sharma in the release recalled the contribution made by the former Education Director for the welfare of the people and the teachers of the state. His demise is a big loss for all. The association shared the grief with the bereaved family members and prayed for the departed soul to rest in peace in heavenly abode, L. Iswarjit Sharma said in the press release. Health Minister Dr. Mansukh Mandavia has urged pharma industries to focus on manufacturing of quality medicines and increase their accessibility in the world market. Addressing the Silver Jubilee celebration of the National Pharmaceutical Pricing Authority in New Delhi today, Dr. Mandavia said the country's reputation has increased in the world for providing quality medicine. He stressed on the need to focus on research to strengthen the pharma sector. Dr. Mandavia said Narendra Modi government is not only pro-poor and pro-farmer but also industry-friendly. The minister said the global trust earned by the Indian healthcare sector has led to the nation being called the pharmacy of the world, and the export of the pharmaceutical products has also increased. He said more than 8,500 Janaushadhi Kendras are functional in the country to provide quality medicines at an affordable price. On the occasion, Dr. Mandavia also launched Integrated Pharmaceutical Database Management System 2.0 to provide a single window for submission of various forms as mandated under Drug Price Control Order 2013. It will enable paperless functioning of the NPPA and facilitate the stakeholders to connect with National Pharma Pricing Regulator from across the country. The minister also launched Pharma Sahi Dham 2.0 app, which will show the maximum retail price fixed by NPPA for various scheduled drugs on a real-time basis. Prime Minister Narendra Modi today greeted people on National Sports Day. He paid tributes to Major Dhyan Chand on his birth anniversary in a tweet. Prime Minister Modi said, "The recent years have been great for sports." He hoped that this trend will continue. The Prime Minister also hoped that sports will keep gaining popularity across India. Minister of State for Sports Nitish Pramanik also paid tributes to hockey wizard Major Dhyan Chand on his birth anniversary. Nitish Pramanik, along with Sports Secretary Sujata Chaturvedi and others, paid floral tributes to Major Dhyan Chand at his statue at National Stadium in Delhi. Nitish Pramanik thanked everyone who has dedicated their life towards the upliftment of the sports in India. He called upon everyone to work together to make India a sporting nation. Later, speaking to the media, the minister said, "We saw Olympics and Paralympics among several others where our sport persons excelled." Nitish Pramanik said, "Sports should be celebrated and Ministry is celebrating today in over 250 Sports Authority of India centers like a festival." On the other hand, Youth Affairs and Sports Ministry has organized Meet the Champion initiative in 26 schools across the country on the occasion of National Sports Day today. Few of the prominent athletes of Commonwealth Games and World Championships gold medalists Nikhat Zarin, Paralympics and CWJ medalist Bhavina Patel, Tokyo Olympics and CWJ medalist Manpreet Singh, among others, are taking part in this initiative. Meet the Champion is a unique school visit campaign that was kicked off by the Olympic gold medalist Neeraj Chopra in December last year. It has reached various parts of the country over the past few months. Youth Affairs and Sports Minister Anurag Thakur, along with Education Minister Dharmendra Pradhan, also have a special virtual interaction with a few sports and Fit India fitness icons of the country. They discussed the importance of fitness and sports in India. Minister of State for Youth Affairs and Sports Nitish Pramanik also present on the occasion. Sports Authority of India will also be celebrating this year's National Sports Day as a part of the Fit India campaign, with the theme of the sports as an enabler for an inclusive and a fit society. India witnessed a decline in COVID-19 cases today, with the country recording 7,591 new infections in the past 24 hours, Union Ministry of the Health data said. Yesterday, the single-day COVID count stood at 9,436. Besides, active COVID-19 cases also declined to 84,931 from 86,591. With this, India's daily of COVID infection has risen to 4,44,15,723, while the death toll has climbed to 5,27,799. The count of active cases now comprises 0.19% of the total infections, while the national COVID-19 recovery rate was recorded at 98.62%, the ministry said. A decline of 720 cases has been recorded in the active COVID-19 caseload in a span of 24 hours, the data showed. The daily positivity rate was recorded at 4.58% and the weekly positivity rate at 2.69%, according to the ministry. The number of people who have recuperated from the disease has surged to 4,38,02,993, while the case fatality rate stood at 1.19% as per the data. According to the ministry, 211.91 crore doses of COVID vaccine have been administered in the country so far under the nationwide vaccination drive. In the last 24 hours, India administered 24,70,330 doses of the COVID vaccine. The American Space Agency NASA is counting down to the lift-off of its giant new moon rocket, the Space Launch System. According to media reports, the 32-story tall two-stage Space Launch System rocket and its Orion crew capsule are timed to go up from the Kennedy Space Center at 12:33 GMT today. Space Launch System is the most powerful vehicle ever developed by NASA and will be the foundation of its Artemis project, which aims to put people back on the lunar surface after a 50-year absence. As per reports, this spacecraft will loop around the moon on a big arc before returning home to a splashdown in the Pacific Ocean in 6 weeks' time. Space Launch System will be pulling 39.1 meganewtons of thrust of the payload. It is 15% more than the Saturn V rockets that sent the Apollo astronauts on their way to the moon in the 1960s and 70s. If the countdown clock is halted for any reason, NASA has set September 2 and September 5th as a backup launch dates. The Shanghai Pro Kabui Youth Organization observed the 91st martyrdom anniversary of Haipo Zadunang today at the campus of the organization. The observance function is organized in remembrance of the Haipo Zadunang's great contribution for freedom from the clutches of the British colonial rule and laid down his life for it. During the program, a holy wine offering was made to Almighty God by the village elders, followed by the floral tribute to Haipo Zadunang to show respect and honor of him. A patriotic song was also presented by Shanghai Pro Women Society. In connection with the observance function, a free eye medical checkup was also organized by the Medilane. As celebrated across the nation, SAI-NERC organized National Sports Day at Tagyal Sai Football Ground today. Speaking at the function, NERC Director Lian Mintang said that the Government of India have been celebrating National Sports Day every year since 2012. He said, today is the birthday of the renowned hockey player of India, Major Dhyan Chand, and on his birthday, the nation celebrates it as a National Sports Day every year. Director Lian Mintang further said that National Sports Day is being celebrated to encourage the sports person of the country and the globe. The National Sports Day will be celebrated at large in the coming years under the aegis of Ministry of Youth Affairs and Sports, he said. Football meets and races was also organized as a part of today's National Sports Day celebration. A joint team of Thabal Commando and a team of 16 AR Thabal Post has arrested two drug peddlers from Lilong Bazaar near petrol pump yesterday around 5 p.m. The arrested person having identified is Muhammad Wahidur Rahman, 18 years, son of Muhammad Kabir of More Ward number 5, and Muhammad Syed Adib Hussain, 26 years, son of Muhammad Syed Jalaluddin of Lilong Turil Ahan Bimathak. The team led by DSP Commando Thobal O Iboton Singh, assisted by OC Commando Thobal Inspector N. Sadananda Singh, under the supervision of the AC Thobal, Yogesh Chandra Hawizam, arrested the two drug peddlers. On follow-up action, the team arrested Muhammad Syed Adib Hussain along with 380 grams of suspected heroin brown sugar from Lilong Aliyah Lamkhai. The arrested persons along with the seized articles were handed over to Lilong Police Station for further necessary action, the police sources added. National Commission for Women and Manipur State Commission for Women jointly organized anti-human trafficking awareness program at Ima Kundong Larenbi Haraupung, More today. The awareness program was attended by Ulka Salam, Chairperson Manipur State Commission for Women, Lilabati, Senior Coordinator, National Commission for Women, Manipur State Commission for Women member, Yendrembam Dayapati Devi, Tumlip Tingmingpham Monsang, and T Songsin Koiring, Binobala Nomaikapam, Deputy Director Women Police. Social Welfare Department speaks on the topic Prevention and Support Service to Victim of Trafficking. Osu Kumar Singh, Additional SP, Law and Order. More speaks on Rescue Investigation and Prosecution of the Human Trafficking. And the 5th Assam Rifles, Major Ranbir Singh, speaks on Border Management to Trafficking during the awareness program. Different women's organizations from Technopal District and Chandel District, NGOs, CSO leaders of More attended the awareness program.
The State Commissions for Women across the country, the State Commission for Women will anti-human trafficking units in the city, sensitized on the capacity building of high-risk of women and women person. Organized crime in Makalamani, grave violation of human rights, anti-human trafficking movements require horribly, although effective the national news human trafficking issues.
For ELITETV News Channel, contact to the email address info@elitv.in or 94028900982 and subscribe to ELITETV YouTube channel or follow on Facebook page, Instagram and Twitter for more information about the channel. Now let's look at the headlines once again. 91st Martyr Day of Thaipok Jadanang observed in various places. All Manipur Bar Association today staged a sit-in protest against the cutting down of an all-age tree unreasonably inside Cherap Port Complex. And India reports 7,591 new COVID cases, 30 deaths in last 24 hours. Active cases declined to 84,931. Well, that's all for 6 p.m. English news and updates. Thank you for watching.